Alright guys, well we have one of those videos where we see this kind of blowing up everywhere on Twitter, on Twitch, on especially all the YouTube now. I think at this point it's kind of seeping on in, where we actually found one of the biggest scumbags known to man when it comes to being a Twitch streamer. Now as you guys know, I am a Twitch partner and I always kind of mention a lot in my videos, so sometimes when I see these very niche cases and just really rude, really just off the beaten path responses that in my honest opinion are pretty heartless and pretty kind of sometimes even hard to watch, yeah, you bet you I'm gonna go probably make a YouTube video on it because number one, it's just gross to go and see. And number two, as someone who's been on Twitch for like 10 years and enjoys like the live stream presence and the content creation, such as even making these YouTube videos, it kind of makes me feel really concerned seeing like this new patch of people who are trying to get into content creation for all of the wrong reasons. When I first started making YouTube videos and Twitch streams forever ago, I basically made $0 and 0 cents, and well, ever since then, and ever since people kind of saw the ninjas, the shrouds, the Mr. Beast making bajillions of dollars, I kind of feel like it's kind of somewhat changed for the worse. But it does not go and exclude people from being absolutely awful folks. And there's been one kind of clip over here that's been going massively viral everywhere. As of right now, it has 40,000 favorites. There is a lot of streamers all making comments on this. We're also seeing like big news articles now making sense, and everyone kind of jumping on this YouTube bandwagon, myself included, because he is just that bad and just that rough of a person. So we're going to talk about this, show you guys the clip and everything in between, because what on earth is going on with some of these Twitch streamers? Now, as per usual, the usual sellouts, if you guys ever do want to hang out on my own Twitch stream and say hi, I'll try my best not to go and make fun of you or talk about your dead mom. You heard me correctly. I'm going to this one's gonna be a little bit of a doozy as well. If you guys want to subscribe on the YouTube side for the $500 PS5 or Xbox giveaway, would love to have you guys here. Twitter and Twitch room down below, and let's dive into this video. So you guys may or may not have a chance to see this, and if you guys like these types of videos, let me know. But there is one very specific streamer out here who just doesn't care. Now, to give you guys a bit of a backstory, and I'm gonna give like preemptively, I'm gonna give him a little baby bit of a pass, although I know I shouldn't. I'm just going to chime in a little bit of my thoughts as a streamer to give him like that little baby bit. Because I just don't like the videos where someone's going harping on someone over and over again. Although in this situation, I think it's deserved. You'll see why. Let me give him like a little bit of his own defense too. Not that I wanted to go and spend this video to defend this guy in the first place. So when it comes to this one, there actually was a lady over here called Miss Nerdy Curvy, which I love the actual, the boom of her name. We're basically saying for this. She went to a Twitch streamer's channel, and the guy was like, I'll show you guys the clip in a second. How you doing? Where you been? What's going on? How come I haven't seen you up in my stream? Which, that alone is kind of a weird one too, unless you're kind of just being playful and kind of goofy with it. If you don't really know the person, you're like, where have you been? How come you're not watching me? I need this view time. I need the watch. I need the subs. Where's the gift subs? What's going on? At that point, you kind of seem a little desperate. At that point, you kind of seem kind of rude because you never really know what is going on behind someone who's watching. Like, someone watching my video right now, I may not even know. You could have had the worst day of your life. You could have had the worst month of your life. And, well, should I go and be like, well, how come you haven't liked my video yet? How come you haven't favored my video yet? It's like, no, just sit back, relax, and some people go on content on YouTube or Twitch or whatever to kind of let themselves relax, to unwind, to maybe get game reviews, to kind of go and talk to people or whatever it may be. You never really know what's going on behind the scenes. And this is kind of what happened with this guy. So basically, her mom unfortunately did go and pass away, and this basically streamer is like, what's going on? So I'm going to give you guys this clip. It's going viral. It's 3.4 million views already, and like I said, I don't want to really give the guy a pass. As a streamer myself, I understand sometimes if someone just kind of comes on in and they kind of say something like, oh my god, my dog just died, it kind of can throw you for a loop. People have done it. I've been streaming for like 10 years. It happens. But I sometimes feel like if someone is spending the time to watch your content and be a part of your life, or hear like my own self complain, and they want to give feedback or thoughts or be there for me when I had bad situations, as you guys may or may not know, my uncle literally died like a week ago. Like, so people in my Twitch stream have heard me talking about the funeral, the wake, the reception, my family, everything. And it would almost be the most insulting thing back if I did not go and extend that same exact offer. Because sometimes people need something, whether it's just a moment, whether it's just quickly complain, or whatever it might be. And when it comes to like these content creators, you should, and this is my thought process here, you should support the people who support you. Now, I'm not always the best for this one too, especially on the YouTube side, because I just feel like I make so many videos, I'm always on like the next thing. But at the same time, when it comes to Twitch, these are people who are spending their hours of their day and their time with you. And we're seeing some of these folks out here with these things, and this kind of almost seems like a really entitled personality. And I understand, like my baby free pass for this guy, as I show you guys the clip, if you're having a rough day, and like you're a streamer and you're trying to have a good vibe going on, it can sometimes get derailed, but that's part of the show. That's part of the vibe, is that you want to be able to go make sure you can go make sure anyone who's having a bad day gets that bounce back, and as well make sure anyone who has these issues that you're there for them. Because this lady, as you guys can even see up in the channel, has also literally given this guy money. Just giving you guys all the context before we play the clip. This lady's name over here, Miss Nerdy Curvy, has given him at least $10, which may not be the most, but that's just free money. It's just like literally handing someone money. And of course, this guy just does not care. And let's just go play out the clip too, because I already know this is probably gonna upset me even more. I've seen this going and flowing around a few times. I'm sure you guys have seen it yourselves. Let me know your thoughts.
In Spanish, and it's chef's kiss. All right. Curvy, where the fuck have you been? Oh my God. Well, tell you what, Miss Dirty Curvy, you know what we're not gonna do?
Oh, dude. So first and foremost, just want to show you off over here. You guys can literally hear him say, "Where have you been?" Like, not how have you been? Now, how's life? Now, I miss your face. I want to see you more often. It's like just, where have you been?
In Spanish, and it's chef's kiss. All right. Curvy, where the fuck have you been? Oh my God. Well, tell you what, Miss Dirty Curvy, you know what we're not gonna do? We're not gonna talk about it in my chat.
So the context of this, as I talked to you guys before, her mom literally died. Her mom has passed away. Maybe I'm a little bit more of a sucker for this because I literally just went through my uncle's funeral itself. It is a stressful process. Like, no matter what happened before, whatever, what happened after for this, it is a stressful process. You gotta go and literally, like, I literally had to see a dead body in front of me. I had to go and hug all of my family. It's a rough experience, let alone like the beer can factory going on over here for God knows why, like a frat boy. But what is going on with this, you know?
Because it's Friday. And that is a whole big bucket of bummer. And I'm sorry for your loss, but we're not doing that in my fucking chat.
I'm telling you guys, I've been a streamer for years. Bro, I can understand you not want to talk about something. I can see you're in a good vibe and you see something like that and you're like, oh, can we just not? In your head, I get that. I understand that. But there's a time and there's a place. You know, there's a time and a place. In the like, you're not supposed to be dropping the F-bombs. You're not supposed to say it's Friday and you're bringing down the vibe. And I can understand, like, streamers and all these big content creators, they're not therapists. Like, you know, I've had people kind of go a little too far sometimes because, you know, they think like they want to listen and stuff like that. I get that on my end. And sometimes you have to set up boundaries, and that's fine. But you also have to have time and respect and kind of appreciate the people who spend the time with you. Because even after all this drama, they still decide to go into their chat and be around the community and go and talk about this stuff. And they feel, I don't want to say they feel comfortable enough for it, but they have to talk about it. But the first thing you go and say is, hey, it's Friday. We're not dealing with this. We're moving on. Like, this is not the time, not the place. That is where it drives the line. Because you never know what someone's going through. You never know, like, how bad this could be. This could literally be the only spot they could go to go complain about it. Now, do I think they should be bringing this up every single stream? Do I think they should be talking about this for 5 hours nonstop? No, there is a certain line where it has to kind of move on, or a certain point maybe you need to go and talk to an actual friend, like in real life, or a family member, or a therapist, or whatever it may be, or even just go and take a time to kind of sit and self-reflect yourself. I get that too. But if someone just says, hey, where have you been? They're like, hey, life's been stressful. My mom unfortunately passed away. That's not the time to be like, hey, we don't bring this up. Move on, like, go do something else. You know what I mean? Like, it kind of infuriates me because there's a class to this. There's a class of treating other humans with respect. There's a class of being like, you know, actually having some sort of empathy when it comes to content. Because once again, anyone who's watching my video or up on Twitch or whatever it may be, they don't have to. And if you guys do choose to support me and watch my content or watch my Twitch or whatever it may be, that is an honor. That's a blessing. That makes me feel good that someone cares enough for it. And now, I'm not perfect. I probably have made someone feel kind of bad like this throughout 10 years of streaming because you just talk so much, I'm sure, at some point. But this to me is just, oh, man, it just hurts to see this.
Thank you. Well, okay, Miss Dirty Curvy, you said, no, that's fine. You asked, so I told. No, I didn't ask you to tell me the biggest fucking bummer news in the world. I said, hey, what's up? How are you? You know what? Let me give you a little bit of a lesson, Miss Nerd.
And the one thing you should never do is when someone says their parents or someone they know died is not to say, let me go give you a lesson. Man.
Kirby, when something really, really bad is going on in your life and in a public forum, someone asks you, hey, what's up? How are you? There are two acceptable responses.
I feel like I just almost want to just go over this guy and say the response for him should be, I am sorry for your loss. If there's anything I can do for you a little extra, or if let me know. Or if you don't want to have that boundary too, say, and I hope my community, and you can sit back, relax, and I'll be here to take some time off, like, so I can take your mind off of things. not whatever he's doing, not some weird like politics, like you know, etiquette of Twitch chat etiquette, like this guy somehow made all the rules for Twitch. Like, I get it. Like, you don't always want to see the bummer news. You don't want someone being in your chat sending 50 downer messages like that. But there's a time and there's a place and everything all in between, you know?
Good, and you know what? I'll make it through. That's it.
It's like they don't even ask. Like, if you the big difference is he asked, where have you been? Well, it's hard to say, oh, I'll make it through, saying, where have you been? It just doesn't make sense. Like, this guy, man, oh, my Lord. Oh, my God.
Good? Or, you know what? I'll make it through.
Oh, my God. What is going on here,
Love
dude?
to hear it. See, there you go. Or Prom's response. Yeah, I said, Prom, how are you doing? She says, I'm alive.
And you see some people like this too as well, not to make them feel bad or whatever, but like, bro, like this guy is clearly having a bad take. He's clearly being rude, and the last thing you want to go and see is some random Twitch modder being like, oh, my response is just, I'm alive. Well, guess what? This girl's mom isn't, man. You know, like, I don't know what is up with some of these people. I don't understand. I don't get it, man. I don't get it, dude. Oh my God. It's just bad take after bad take after bad take. I just feel bad for that girl.
Look, Mr. Curvy.
I just feel bad for a dude. Like, you just tell this guy doesn't care. You tell this guy is only here for the views. You tell he's just trying to make sure his own vibe is cool with his cool beer pong table up in the background. And this is not what Twitch streaming is meant to be. I've been on Twitch for way too long, and it just breaks my heart to see someone just so blatantly not care.
All I'm trying,
you know,
I'm just subtly trying to tell you.
Subtly trying to tell you, bro, this has been the farthest thing from subtle.
Unloading really heavy news in people's chats on Twitch is not like good etiquette.
Like I said, I want to give him a little bit of a pass. This is the smallest pass known to man. It is true. You don't want to have someone you don't even know go and open up all this weird trauma and stuff like that. It is weird to a certain extent, but that's why it's also, it's like a two-way street. You go and say, hey, if you need some therapist, hey, you need someone to talk, hey, we may even have a venting section in our Discord, maybe send me an email just to write it off, maybe give them other tips of like, get a journal, talk to a friend, talk to like a school therapist, maybe, proper therapist, whatever they may go and be, and that's probably, or if anything, just sit back, relax, go full screen and put on a movie, watch my stream or whatever it may be, and I'll be here for you. And that's what you should go and do if you have a little tiny bit of empathy. And you go and see this guy's response, you just know, he's just like, this is bad news. I don't want to hear it. Let's move on. And that's just not what you want to hear when you're a part of a community, when you have your literal parents go and die. You know, it's just, it's heartening to see. It's heartening to see this.
It's not the place to do it. That's all I'm trying to tell you. That's it. I figured that
it's like, who wants to hear a speech, man? Like,
this is a good opportunity to inform you.
It's a good opportunity, man.
Heavy news like that, when someone asks, hey, where have you been? You don't need to tell them, well,
you want to what? If you guys have issues like that, come on my chat. I mean, at some point, I might have to go and tell you guys to stop after 20 messengers or something. But you want to know what? This isn't how content should be, man. This isn't how Twitch should be. I don't even know. I could probably go on another 30-minute rant on this one, but I'll wind down in here so I don't get too winded. This guy, please go to church or something, man. Go and volunteer for a weekend, and then kind of get a little bit of a, or I guess, a reflectiveness into your life to see who actually supports you, because this is not how content creation, especially on Twitch, should be. So I appreciate you guys all so much for watching. You guys can sub if you guys want. Twitch sell out usually down below, but I feel bad always selling out for something like this. Appreciate you guys all so much for watching. I'll see you guys up in the next one. Love you guys.